Like before today, I would definitely say that Banani was probably the favorite.
Yeah, like I would say Banani beats Slow, or
Yeah,
beats
I'd say he
Blast.
beats Blast as well, like on average, that is. Of course not in this game, but well. Are you in the game? Yeah, you are.
The audio is all weird because it's no longer a live replay. So I think this is probably fine. So here we are on Point of Reach. Slow versus Blast.
Not the
Interestingly,
same factions.
Aeon versus UAF.
Finally. So we got one of the best factions on this map versus the worst faction. You can decide what the best and the worst faction is.
Well, UAF is the best faction on every map, so I'm just
That's
gonna have
true.
to say that.
We should nerf them soon.
I think the Sparky needs a nerf.
True, dude. Now that it got all its buffs, we need at least half the build power.
Well, yeah, that's what we do here.
It'll literally be a normal engineer after that.
We will buff and nerf it until it is exactly a normal engineer. It'll be perfect.
It's a normal engineer, but more expensive.
Oh yes, so it can be strictly worse.
So a very quick transport out from Blast. I guess it's kind of normal, but it's fast and slow.
Yeah, you're like way ahead of me.
Oh, sorry. I forgot that I had a head start. I saw you plus 2 it, so I plus 2'd it, so...
I'm gonna plus 2 it from here on out.
Yeah. I will pay more attention to
it. Is a difficult life.
Nah, not that much. It's just the tiniest bit of effort, and then it's fine.
Remember in the long ago year of like 2014, and we had a utility that synced these? Good times.
Was?
Yeah, like I think Alex built it or something.
And I bet it broke 1 year later.
I think that might be accurate.
I never saw it before. So.
Blast is here, rushing the transport, as you said. It's quite fast. Slow a bit slower.
I already said that.
Yeah, like you said, but now it's actually happening, so I can commentate on it.
Okay. You're 20 seconds behind.
Oh, chat wants to know what food you're eating today.
I don't know yet.
Oh, it's a mystery.
I haven't decided.
Alright, maybe we should have a poll to have chat vote.
I disagree. Okay, we're at the same time, so I can talk about the game again.
Excellent.
So yeah, faster transport out from Blast, but not that much faster. They both dropped an engineer on the 4max location. Actually, Blast dropped 2. Blast did the same thing last time in the game versus Banani, where he dropped next to the Hydro, he rushed the factory and then the Hydro instead of dropping on the 4max location. That's Slow is doing. And dropping the 4max location is generally, you know, more usual.
I don't know, there might be something here with dropping on the Hydro. I feel like that's becoming more popular these days.
Okay, I haven't really seen it a lot.
The idea is you need to scale power faster because you have a lot of mass already. But you also want to secure the island.
Well, you have a lot of mass, but by scaling power faster, you have less mass because you delay getting the mass. So it's just like ups and downs. But
it is a balancing act.
I guess if you take it into account by building less speed gens and investing that mass into something else and getting all the things earlier like that, I guess it works out, but it's hard. Anyway, we get a pretty normal map split here. It's very even. So we get a pretty chill point of reach game.
Yeah, this is the normal point of reach distribution.
There's some bomber aggression from Slow, but there's some MAA that's already built, except that Blast moved it outside of the way for the bombers to do damage.
He's trying to get a static AA up, which will solve this problem for the long term.
Yeah, he should. It's like, it's always nice. Slow made a lot of bombers. He made his 5th one just now. He has one factory on perma bomber spam as per classic slow move.
Yeah, he's actually
Blast
contractually
is
obligated.
lots faster, grabbing his in-between island than slow is. I guess, like, because you rush the factory, you have more build power, so you get the rest of the island faster. Even though you delay the initial 4 maxes. So it's kinda, you sacrifice some earlier mass, but you get more mass later on. These bombers from slow are very annoying though.
I'm wondering where these 4 engines are going though. They're just... He's gonna try to proxy on the island with Blast's ACU on it.
What? That's he's just gonna fly straight through? That's...
Oh, he's gonna find some flares. And he's gonna keep going.
Engineer there. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Alright, now he's over here. Blast definitely knows he's here. And the ACU's just gonna walk on over.
I feel like we should +1 instead of +2 this, because Point of Reach is quite a chaotic map usually.
There's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, exactly. Like start is fine, but so quite a lot of navy investments from Slow. He has 20 engineers except to his div to pump frigate apparently.
That is a lot of frigates.
Mass income is exactly the same.
Is Zlo just gonna spend his entire economy on frigates right now?
I feel like he is. He's
Is that a good idea? I mean, guessing he has air control, but what is this air fight? It's just completely chaotic. This mountain is messing everything up, but I think Blast has it.
Yeah. What about it now? As slow stops? I forgot that my +1 is slower than your +1, so I need to catch up every now and then. Yeah, that was. It's still going on.
Yeah, this isn't over. There's still inties here.
They're trying to recreate Feather versus Noob Loop air fights, where somehow 10 versus 10 air units make a 1 minute air fight instead of a 10-second air fight.
Alright, but Blast cleans it up. He secures air control for the meantime. He also has T2 land over on the left side island. I hear that's good.
I don't like the fact that he made it into frigate range.
Yeah, that's a bit unfortunate.
It's probably not gonna matter, but it's a small detail that if, like you see, Slow is gonna invest a lot into Navy. If he sends everything to the top left, he can definitely kill that HQ. And it's just, you know, why... There's no positive to it being closer to the shore. It's just a small misplay that probably doesn't matter, but still.
Slow just has 22 frigates and to 6 of Blast, but Blast has torpedo bombers out, and UEF frigates do not have AA that is worth anything.
They do not have AA, but it's important to note that he is sending all the frigates to the same location. So,
but I feel like that's worse. It makes it more efficient for the torp bombers to clean them up.
No, that's the exact opposite. The thing is, if you have massive frigate stacks, then sending like 5 torpedo bombers is just gonna die to the frigates. But if the frigates are spread out across the map, yes, it takes more time to kill the frigates, but because they're so spread out. But the AA is gonna do way less cumulatively. I can't pronounce that word ever. I know how to pronounce it, but I can't.
We know what word you're trying to say, Fars.
I got a speech impediment.
That makes the both of us here. Casting
Yikes.
To be like that. But there is a drop attempt to Blast, but Slow sees it coming. Oh, but it lands! Just in time. And there's nothing to defend against here. Except, I guess, this one engineer. Which is gonna try its best to clean this entire position up.
Yeah, it's just stick on Nexus though. The thing is, he's playing with Slow, and Slow does not like the way of tech to max. He hasn't built a single one yet. And somehow, while not building a single max, he's floating 2k mass. As per his low move.
He's got T2 Navy, he's rushed it out, and he's getting destroyers. He wants to end this game with like T2 Navy. And maybe he can? Like, this is a lot of frigates moving in on Blast Shield's production line right here, but what is it actually going to do?
Although he does maybe needs a bit of a bad information. He's against Aeon frigates now, so they will actually have some micro potential against this. Although it's with this big of a number disadvantage, Blast needs to be very careful about it. But he's picking up some distracted frigates in front.
I mean, the problem is the defender's advantage is just so huge. These frigates had to be built like 2 minutes ago to get across here.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like this attack, even if he kills the production, which I don't think he will, I mean, he will kill a bit of it, but it's definitely not going to be worth it. Because all the air support is there. Although Blast needs to be careful, I think Blast actually doesn't have air. Actually, oh no, he has a lot of air out of fuel. But no, Slow actually does have points. More mass in the air as well. There's some Swifties being made, but only to such a small commitment.
Alright. Some sort of airfight is happening, but the naval push is completely out of steam.
The airfight is happening, but I mean, yeah, like there's so much mass donated, but there's so much build power for Blast. Blast is overflowing 1 KE per second. I mean, he just needs to invest all his mass. He needs to stop making Tech to Maxes if he is still making them.
Oh my god, there's
he needs to grab all the reclaim. These bombers are killing the build power as well. I feel like this might even work from Slow with the air control. Because, I mean, depends how... No, Slow sends his first destroyer and cruiser to the left.
And it's an interesting place to send it. I guess it's to fight the blazes?
But the thing is, like, the idea behind this massive attack on Blast's main base is to follow it up with Tech to Navy that hopefully Blast can defend against, right? Because he secured air control, he secured navy control, kind of. If those destroyer and cruiser went straight there, what's the counter to it? No torp bombers, because maybe he can try to, but he will never have air then. What's the counter to the destroyer as well? He can snipe the protected regions, dies. I think it could have worked.
I think you're right, but...
Because Blast is making the hover spam on the left island, but that means that, like, hover is slow. You can dodge the hover. Like, Blast has 3k mass and hover spam. He's raiding Slow's main base a bit with it, but that's getting some build power, but not doing a lot else.
I mean, there's a pretty low HP T2 P-Gen over here, but it looks like it'll be fine.
Yeah, since the Blaze hates the Tech on Land Factory. The frigates from the destroyer from Slow actually might almost die to the Blaze frigate spam.
Oh, no.
But the HQ from Blast might actually die, some 400 HP.
Yeah, he needs to repair that.
Oh, the Slow was targeting it with the cruiser, but he retreated just too early, so he didn't snipe it.
Yeah, he had to retreat out of range to save his cruiser. Which I guess, sure. But I don't know, you might want to sack the cruiser just to kill the HQ.
So how did we end up? So now, I mean, Slow is still just spending everything on the destroyers. He has 4 destroyers now and 2 cruisers, so Blast needs something to deal with that. But the mass donation in his main base really helps with that. Although Blast is slowly ecoing, but he is mass selling quite badly as well.
I mean, the ecos are just very even in spite of everything.
Yeah, this is such a fucking slow game. Just makes no maxes, but somehow is even on mass. Just because his opponent is like, shit, I need to make units to deal with his fucking cancer, and then they don't have much eco themselves either. But I'd say if Slow didn't go for the left side with all his Tech to Navy, but just straight through the middle, I think he could have won the game. Or at least had a good chance at winning the game. Because now it's kind of even. Like, the score, the mass income, the power income is exactly even on everything.
Ah, but you see, Blast has shards. He's building shards. A pro gamer unit.
He actually is building a few.
I don't even hate it. Like, he doesn't have air control.
I do hate it. They're just not. I mean, just 1 or 2 to deal with some slow bomb. Like, why would you make shards but also make torp bombers, right? Also, he's Aeon against UEF. Oh, he can't engage A here, Blast. Get out. Just give up. Don't bother fight. Don't bother fight, Blast.
What time are you at?
Oh, I'm 50 seconds ahead. Shit.
Oh, is there an air fight going on over here? Oh, I see what you're...
Well, it's not really an air fight. It's, Oh, you will see. Okay, now you've got back up.
Yeah, all the torps get murdered for free. And oh, we got stuff over here. The Swifties are here. He doesn't have a lot of air. Alright, he'll save some of it.
He's at least saved some. I think Blast shouldn't make any more intis. It should just only build 50s and like with use the 3 damage. Because that wasn't great. Meanwhile, Blast lost all the Tech Bomb Nexus on its bottom left island, or center left island.
Yeah, like the cruiser is just denying all these forever.
And usually those would be Tech Bomb Nexus, so it wouldn't be a big deal. But considering how low eco this game is, it is actually a big deal.
Alright, Slow, we're just gonna drop RD.
RT drop.
On the PD.
There's the Creator actually, but honestly, like something like this, in theory, should really make it through, because there's a Tech to Radar, there's Swifties to deal with it, but they were just out of position.
Yeah, I mean...
And the tickets were also out of position last.
And they just don't want to engage into an airfight here. But now the RDs can sort of kill all this.
Although it's only Tech Bomb Nexus again, but Last needs to retake those fast enough. All the RTs gonna suicide into one meter. What's the destroyer counts from Slow? 7. Bottom left there's a chase, but the issue is there's a destroyer from Last, but he only has 2 destroyers. There's one lonely destroyer in the middle from Blast that's literally just got taken out.
Brutal. But Slow just has a lot of T2 Navy all over the place, and it's just being very cost effective. He's got 7 destros, 4 cruisers.
Here's the thing, Blast is doing the same like some frigates with Tech 2 hover spam as support, but if your opponent goes full destroyer spam, and unlike the game versus Banana, he doesn't suicide a lot of their frigs for bad engagements, and like as long as you can't really use the dense hover clump, then it's, you know, you can micro against it and it doesn't really work too well. Because right now Slow is in the position that Blast was in that other game. There's another RT drop that happened on the top left island. Again, it only kills Tech Bomb Nexus, but it's worth it because Blast can't really deal with it. Slow made his first Tech 2 mix.
I mean, there is something to this push over on the right side from Blast. He's going to kill this destroyer and maybe this Tech 2 naval support factory. He's got that going for him. But overall, he's just struggling. There's Arties on every island.
Can you kill a destroyer?
There's Arties on every single one of Blast's islands right now, and he's getting...
Oh my god.
T2 Mex is dying in the main.
Slow is playing a really nice game, and I feel like it's almost about to be game over, because these RT drops, there's air control, there's navy control. Slow, by the way, has 130 intis.
Yeah, and
playing
he's...
it like it's 2016.
Slow currently operating at double the mass income after all that damage the RDs have done, and it's not even over. Like, the Navy on the left side is just going to move in and clean up all this stuff. He'll probably lose his T2 land HQ. It's going to be brutal.
Yeah, there's 9 destroyers left. Yeah, I think Blast just capitulates here. He doesn't have enough to deal with the Navy. He has 3 destroyers now, but versus 9. Blast has an entire Navy army in the middle of the map, which is kind of out of position. Like, it's not really doing much at all.
Yeah, it can't really do anything. Like, maybe it was trying to cut off the retreating destroyer army in the middle, but it doesn't have enough firepower to really do that.
But now the push on the left side, there's... What's the counter? Like, it's killed. Funnily enough, it didn't stay around to kill all the build power. It just went past.
Absolutely brutal. And now there's another drop coming around in the back of poor Blast's main base.
The cruisers might actually die, because they... Oh no, he micros them nicely at the right time. I mean, he does kind of need to run away, because he only has destroyers. Although Blast does lose his own destroyers there.
I mean, he has nothing to screen with, which is the problem.
Well, exactly, but that's... I mean, the vision range of destroyers is also very sad. If you go into the POV of Slow and compare the vision and attack range.
The drop successfully lands, but unsuccessfully does anything. As there's fire support.
When Lobos are too close to the target, they can't actually kill it, even if they shoot, because their the RT shots will spread out, like, and dodge the target, kinda.
Alright, I
At least
think
when it's a small target.
Zlo has a very serious, like, insufficient screening problem for his Navy right now. Like, these frigates are getting great trades all over the map.
Nah, it's not good. Even it's, I wouldn't call it a great trade. It's maybe an even trade, but considering Zlo is getting the reclaim, it's completely fine.
Yeah, this is the fight.
What's more important is these 3 destroyers in the top left that all got 4k mass killed on average.
And then Blast is just gonna call it. Yeah, he lost his G2 land HQ on the left. He's got no economy. And that will be game 1 to Zlo.